Good morning, yogis, and welcome back onto the mat with me for this Yin Yoga session where we'll be working on how to improve your sleep. So this yoga session or Yin Yoga session will be perfect just before you jump into bed, and join me as we go through this little set, which will really help to tap into the parasympathetic nervous system and help the body to go into the state of rest and digest. For this sequence, we're going to need a yoga block or a thick book or whatever you've got handy, and your yoga mat, and then just meet me on it. So coming into easy seat or sukhasana, bringing the hands into prayer pose. Just gently begin to rub the palms together, generating some warmth between the hands, and then resting the hands into your heart center, taking a couple of deep breaths here. Just arriving in your space and on your mat, allowing yourself to fully settle. And then when you're ready, gently dropping your hands down towards your knees, palms to face upward. So to start off our Yin sequence today, we're going to practice the breathing technique of alternate nostril breathing. So you're going to create a little tabletop for your elbow, right elbow resting on left little tabletop of the palm. And you're going to bring the two fingers together to rest onto the temple, in between the eyebrows. And then we're going to take the right thumb to block the right nostril and the ring finger to block the left nostril. And so how the breathing technique works is that we're working in balancing the breath from the right hemisphere to the left. So we're going to inhale and exhale through one nostril, and then inhale and exhale through the other nostril. So therefore, inhaling and exhaling down left hemisphere of body, and inhaling and exhaling down right hemisphere of body. This breathing technique is amazing to help you to balance the breath and to come back into the zone of breath and mind-body balance. So bring the two fingers onto the forehead temple to rest. Take a deep inhale through both nostrils. Block the right nostril with the thumb and exhale left. Then inhale left. Block left nostril with ring finger, exhale right. Inhale right. Block the right with the thumb, exhale left. Inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block right, exhale left. Inhale left. Block, exhale right. Inhale right. Block, exhale left. Inhale left. Block, exhale right. Block the right, exhale left. Sorry, inhale right. Block and exhale left. Drop the hands down and allow yourself a few moments just to notice the breath. Breathing now through both nostrils, deeply inhaling and exhaling. And then when you're ready, gently flutter the eyes open, coming back into the space. We're going to take the very first of our yin postures today, which is butterfly. So in butterfly, you can have a rolled up, I'm sitting on a little meditation cushion, you can have a rolled up blanket propped underneath the hips here to allow you to roll the hips forward. Bring the soles of the feet to touch, and then allow the body to just fold right over, softening down, allowing yourself to let go into this shape. So, butterfly pose, arms fold forward, forehead drops down towards the toes, and just allow yourself to completely let go here. We're here for 3 minutes. Breathing deeply into the posture, soften right down towards the ground. Let the gravity of the forehead drop down. Let the arms just hang loose. Bring your awareness back to the breath as you begin to deeply inhale and exhale through the nose. With every breath, expand through the rib cage and create space between every single one of the ribs and vertebra. And with every breath, allow yourself to soften a little bit further into the shape. We're working to the 3 principles of Yin Yoga, which are to find an edge, and your edge is at a 5 out of 10. And then once you've found that edge, resolve to hold the posture in stillness. Completely focused on your breath, eyes are closed, and allowing yourself to just be. Neck is soft, forehead is heavy, and it's drifting down towards the ground. Whole body is melting forward. Allow the body to sink deeper into the ground as you adjust and feel the body releasing and letting go. Gently turn the palms to face the ground as you walk the hands back in towards the torso. Send the knees gently together, and we're going to take some windshield wipers here. So place both of the feet down onto the mat, bring the hands out beside you, and just roll the legs gently over from side to side. Just gently moving them from side to side, feeling into the body, taking your time. Remember the rebound that we often experience after being in Yin Yoga poses. Take another 2, moving from side to the other side, and then come back up. into seated posture. We're taking half butterfly. So again, if you were sitting on a rolled up blanket, you can once more prop that underneath the hips so that you're able to roll onto the sit bones. Let's bring the right sole of the foot into the inner thigh. And for the sake of this posture, we are folding over the extended leg. So again, we're not bringing chest to shin, but we're rounding the body and folding it all the way down and over. So for this posture, if you'd like, you can prop the forehead up on a block. So you can bring the ground a little bit closer. But again, it's entirely up to you how deep you want to go here. And that you're respecting the body and coming to that edge of a 5. So just let go and allow yourself to fold all the way down. Deeply breathing in and inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Once more, working to the principles of Yin Yoga, of finding your edge of a 5, resolving to hold the posture in stillness. So really allowing yourself to turn inward, to settle the whole body down. This Yin Yoga sequence is set to help you to get ready for a long night's rest. So if you want to do this class just before bed, it's a great opportunity to just allow yourself to tap into that parasympathetic nervous system. Gently turn the palms down to face the ground. Walk the hands back towards the torso, sitting up nice and tall. Let's send both legs forward. Just take a moment there. Allow the body to really reset itself. Take a few breaths here. And then let's go over to the other side. So taking the left sole of the foot in towards the inner thigh. And we're extending once more over or folding over the extended leg, allowing the forehead to drop down and allowing ourselves to just let go here. Once more, if you need the use of a prop, you want to prop that underneath the forehead, then do so. And soften into stillness once more, letting go completely as you drift on down into the ground. With every exhale, allow the body to sink down a little bit further, really softening into the shape, melting down into the ground. Wherever you're holding on to tension here, consciously let it go. Consciously shift that tension away and out of the body. Just take a walk through the shape. See if you're able to soften anywhere. Softening through the toes, the ankles, the calves, the shins, the whole upper torso, just letting it really melt down into the ground. Gently turn the palms onto the ground, press them in, walk the hands back to the torso, coming back up, bringing the legs back down towards one another. Just take a few moments as you reset and allow yourself to sit for a couple of breaths, just noticing sensations within the body. We're coming into the next posture, which is caterpillar. So once again, if you are sitting on a rolled blanket, just make sure that you're really sitting on the sit bones, extending the legs forward. Caterpillar is like a forward fold, except we're not sending the chest to the shins. We're allowing the whole body to roll down, forehead dropping to ground. And then once you're there, just surrendering down into the shape. Deep breaths. If you'd like to prop up the head here, while you're in this posture, you can do so with a block or a cushion, whatever you need, and just let yourself completely sink down. Bearing in mind once more that the toes, the ankles, the shins, everything is soft. Target area for this posture is through the whole spine. Remembering to keep breathing deeply here. Surrendering down into melting over the thighs. Just breathe. Then every exhale, allow yourself to be drawn a little further down into the ground. Deep breaths, allowing yourself to sink down just that little bit further. Moving into the last 30 seconds of our caterpillar Yin Yoga stretch. Gently turn the palms back onto the mat. Walk the hands back towards the torso. Just take a moment once more to sit, grounding those sit bones down into the ground. Couple of breaths. And then gently, let's come into or onto our all fours into tabletop pose. So allow yourself to align here, bringing the wrists to stack underneath the shoulders, knees to stack underneath the hips. Let's take a couple of cat-cows as we counter pose. Drop the belly gaze forward. Exhale, chin to chest, drop navel. Inhale, drop belly gaze forward. Exhale very gently if your spine's feeling a little bit tight. Inhale, drop belly gaze forward. Exhale, chin to chest, drop navel. Coming back to neutral. Let's come into our next posture, which is swan pose. So let's actually tuck toes and come into downward facing dog. Let's approach this pose from downward facing dog. We're going to take the right knee in towards the right wrist. So sweeping the right knee forward, drop it down by the right wrist. Sweep the leg across, so it's sweeping across to the edge, the long edge of your mat. And then gently allow yourself to drop down into swan pose. So in swan pose, we're making sure that the hips are aligned to the short edge of the mat. We're not rolling over from one side to the other. If you feel that you are rolling, you can take your block and you can prop it underneath the hip. And then you can lower yourself down onto the forearms here and allow yourself to just rest forehead onto prayer arms here. Again, listen to your body. If you feel that the extension of the foot across to the long edge is a bit too much, there's pain in the knee, draw the foot in towards the groin, so straighten it up a little bit more. But just allow yourself now to settle down and fold into this shape for the next few minutes. Breathing deeply into the right thigh and glute, using the exhale breath to soften and release. Just keep breathing. Keep bringing the focus back to the breath. If ever the mind wanders, just allow yourself to really mold into each one of these shapes today. Just check in with the shape. Is the back foot relaxed? The back calf, the back thigh, the buttocks? Are you able to really relax into this shape? Allow yourself to fully relax. Gently walk the palms back onto the mat, tuck the back toe, and gently walk the back knee forward, just a couple of centimeters. If you had a block propped underneath the right hip, just move it aside. We're going to roll ourselves back up into downward facing dog, because we're once more going to take swan pose now on the left side, coming into the shape from downward facing dog. Draw the knee in towards the left wrist, place it down, sweep the foot over, and then allow the whole body to drift back as you drop down onto the ground. So once again, resting onto forearm, not rolling from to either side. If you need, you can place a little prop underneath the buttocks to make sure you maintain that alignment. And then once more, just soften down into the shape, letting go and relaxing. Breathing into that left glute and outer thigh. Softening the whole body down. Letting go completely of any tension within the body. Soften through the shoulders, soften the back foot, soften the back thigh, the back calf. Soften the whole body down into the ground. Breathing deeply. Continue with your deep breathing, softening. With every exhale, ask of the body to soften. Moving into the last 30 seconds here in swan pose. Breathing once more into that outer left hip, buttocks, glute. And then gently tuck the back toe, step the hands back. Let's gently walk the knee back and remove your block if you had one, propping up the hip. Press the palms down into the mat and then gently raise yourself up into downward facing dog. Just take a bit of a stretch here, couple of breaths as you press the heels down into the earth, palms pressing firmly into the ground. And then gaze to the hands as you gently drop the knees, and we're coming into the next pose, which is reclined butterfly. So coming down onto the mat, lower the back down, stretch the arms up overhead, send the toes down to the bottom of your mat. And then on the next exhale, join the soles of the feet to touch. And just allow the knees to drift out and relax here. So reclined butterfly pose. We're just going to take a couple of minutes here. Breathing deeply into the belly. If you feel like you need to take some props here, so maybe propping up a block on either side of the knees. So if you're in your butterfly pose like this, you can bring a block whichever sort of distance or height you want and allow the legs to just relax onto that and just keep breathing. Soften the whole lower back down into the ground. Soften the whole body. Inhaling and exhaling deeply. Just take a couple of minutes here, and then we're going to move into legs up against the wall. So hopefully in your space you have a free wall around you where you can go into this posture. Just taking the last few breaths here in our reclined butterfly position. Gently send the knees back towards one another, and you're going to need a wall that you can kind of slide up against for this next posture. So bringing the buttocks, you're going to shift the buttocks right up against the wall. So you kind of come into it sideways, dropping the hips down and then rolling around. So you really got to try and see if you can get the feet or the buttocks as close as you can to the wall. So just keep shifting the buttocks closer and closer, and then allow the feet to relax against the wall. And you can take as long as you like here. This is a beautiful restorative posture. We do a lot of Yin Yoga against the wall. It's a beautiful way for the blood to flow from the extremities of the toes all the way into, or gather into the area of the internal organs. You can even raise the arms up here for a short period of time, but whatever works for you here, just take as long as you like. So just really allowing the body to go into this beautiful restorative posture. So deeply inhaling and exhaling here, and allowing that whole upper back to press down into the mat. And just close the eyes and just be here for a moment. And then once again, for the sake of your practice, really just take even another 3 to 5 minutes here. Really just allow yourself a moment of stillness in this shape. It's a deeply restorative posture, legs up against the wall. So we're going to come out by gently shifting and rolling the body over to one side and gently pressing yourself up. Coming into Shavasana or corpse pose, our last posture for this yin sequence today. So feet coming out to the edges of your mat, lying the whole body flat down onto the ground, hands come out beside you, and just allowing yourself to completely let go. Beginning with the toes and the soles of the feet, moving your awareness up each one of your legs, allowing yourself to soften. let go and relax. Moving your awareness into the belly, into the lower back, into the hips, softening and letting go, relaxing. Bringing awareness into the chest and shoulders, the neck, softening those down to the ground. Bringing awareness through the tips of the fingers, the palms, the wrists, the forearms, the upper arms, letting the whole body relax down into the ground. Softening through the chest and into the neck, unclenching the jaw. Let your whole body just soften deeply into the earth beneath you. Bring final awareness through the forehead, the back of the head where it's resting on the ground. Take a scan through the entire body as you let go and relax. When you're ready, you can gently bring awareness through the body once more. So you have the option to either remain in corpse pose for another 5 minutes, or you can come out by bringing some movement into the fingers and the toes, rolling the head from side to side, raising the arms up overhead for a last deep stretch, and then gently rolling yourself back up into easy seat or sukhasana, coming back, bringing the palms together to touch once more. Begin to gently rub the palms together, generating some warmth, and then rest the hands into heart center. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, drop the nose down to the very tips of your fingers, taking a moment to acknowledge yourself. And namaste. If you are using this practice just before bed, I encourage you to just hop into bed and hopefully have a beautiful, beautiful night's sleep. Wishing you a beautiful evening or day further.